blasted river of flame.
The boat is really hard to deal with because it always spawns with those explosive guys.
It's usually pretty quiet, keeping watch over the pool of sticks back there. But it's sure been busy lately. Why, somebody else came through just earlier. You should have seen the look on my face when it wasn't you.
Glad to keep things interesting.
Oh, there's something on the ground.
Shades of the dead mill constantly within the house, complaining of their woes and seeking audience from any who would listen.
I listen.
I understand you've made it all the way to Asphodel of late, haven't you, lad?
I guess word travels faster than I do. Why do you ask, Achilles?
No reason in particular, just that it brings me joy to hear of your progress.
So the codex slowly fills up, so we now have Skelly, Achilles, then Hypnos, Charon, Nyx, Zagreus, Lord Hades, Aphrodite, Artemis, Ares, Hermes, and then a bunch of the enemies. Also, the more you kill, the more you learn about that lore and stuff. So this is for the weapons, and this is for the artifacts. So darkness, Cadence Opal, so the money, Skeleton Key, Centaur Heart, Palm of Power, Daedalus Hammer, and there's a few others you can get. Once you encounter them, you unlock a page. And it's really useful to talk to everyone to get all the lore and all the stuff in the codex.
You really ripped the lounge to pieces, boy? I hope you didn't get yourself in too much trouble. I'm sorry to have worried you like that.
The guilt-racked monster Cerberus admits to committing the crime, expressing some remorse for having implicated the incendiary prince.
Cheer up, boy. It'll be all right.
So how did it go? How did you die ignobly this time, pray tell? Cerberus and I can't wait to hear the tale.
In that case, I'll spare you the details.
Fine. Your failure is quite easily imagined. How often it recurs. Almost as though my realm is built to keep you here. You and every single soul that's ever lived. But by all means, continue struggling.
What the way Nyx went.
So here's Meg.
The prodigal son returns. Everyone's saying I went easy on you, Zag.
Don't worry, Meg. I eventually managed to get home the painful way after all.
Look, I have a reputation to uphold. You get past me again like that, you best go all the way. Now leave me be and don't think you're gonna be so lucky next we meet out there.
So he's kind of pissed that we beat her.
I want to go lie down.
So, because of the stuff we got, like the decoration, you can go renovate.
That there.
And then he puts it somewhere in the room automatically. And this
A
one?
beautifully decorated, subtly enchanted ball containing traces of the hapless prince's past attempts to flee the underworld now accents a particularly cluttered corner of his room.
Always wanted my own scrying pool.
So this one gives you the information for escape attempts and foes slain. Then we can finally rest.
It is the dead of night, or the approximation of it in the realm of Hades. Prince of the underworld, Zagreus rises from a fitful slumber, with much mischief on his mind.
Mischief? Me? I was just going to have a little look through Father's stuff.
All is quiet at this time. Ever-dreaming Hypnos put a spell upon the house, as willful Zagreus had asked of him. All are fast asleep, save for the prince. It is exactly as he planned.
Lower your voice, old man. I'm trying to be sneaky here.
This is funny how he reacts in the narrator.
He ventures toward the stately throne of his lord father, half expecting to be caught, but ill expecting what he is about to find.
I said shut up, old man.
He does not know exactly what he seeks. He only knows that something always has felt off to him, that he does not belong. Who is he, really? Lord Hades never would indulge such questions, so Prince Zagreus would find out for himself.
I'm not listening.
He rifles through his Lord Father's possessions. There is not much of any import there. Ledgers and administrative paperwork. Correspondence from Olympus which he had ignored. No trace of any reference to his son. But then, there is the note. Written finally in a hand and voice the likes of which the prince had never seen or heard.
Hades, I can no longer tolerate my life here in this place. So I am leaving, even if it kills me. I won't be returning to Olympus. If there is a place where I belong in this world, it must be somewhere between heaven and hell. Perhaps it's on the coast and has a little garden. Take care of Cerberus. I shall miss him. Persephone.
Thus did Prince of the Underworld Zagreus absorb the contents of this hidden letter, written in his mother's hand.
His mother's hand. My mother's hand? Wait, what? You're saying this Persephone, that she's my mother? But Father always said that Nyx was that liar. He lied to me. They both did. All my life.
Thus did the prince discover, inadvertently, the well-kept truth about his lineage. Entirely by chance, this did occur.
Well, you can forget about chance.
Persephone, the one-time queen of all the underworld. Where had she gone? And why? Engulfed by newfound questions and his rage, the prince decided to confront his lord and master.
I think it was here.
Why? You're Nyx. You're not my mother. All this time, you and my father, you lied to me?
Oh, my dear child. So now you know. So now you know. But only half the truth. I can explain the rest, so please. It never was my wish to hurt you.
Mother, I wonder, will you even remember me?
So that's done. Let's see what we can increase. So back damage, backstab damage. We
Not
can
possible.
actually go back. Let's get Infernal Soul and get more points on that. So I'm not gonna do those yet. I want the other weapon. The shield.
Open up. Aegis, shield of chaos. Lend me your power.
Hey, nice. Hey, pal, watch where you throw those bloodstone things of yours. You drop them, you go pick them up, you understand? But if somebody gives you grief, you got my permission to chuck one right in his eye.
I'll just aim generally for the midsection, since the eyes are a lot harder to hit in my experience.
So this one's way better. So we have
That kind of hurt.
a dash, then the defend that gets to ball rush, and then we have the shield throw, and then these.
One more time.
Then whatever you get on the weapon.
Family. Death is your only family. Death and I. Best get accustomed to the both of us.
No, not on your life. Crashing waves.
Ooh.
The trident.
Haven't seen this one yet.
It's Uncle number 2. It's got to be. Then, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Ahoy there, little Hades. You recognize your uncle, do you not? We've a lot of catching up to do, but first things first. You get yourself out of that tower, underworld. As for me, I'll see if I can stir things up a bit to cover your advance.
So we get Tempest Strike. So the attack deals more damage and knockbacks foes. And 60% increase, so Tempest Flourish. Your special deals more damage and knocks foes away. So that's 148% damage. Or the dash, so let's get this one. So the special is the shield, is a shield throw. And the knockback is insane. And now they're all dead. And another key. And the shield throw kind of jumps on enemies. So you can easily hit multiple enemies at once. Or after each other. And that's with knockback, it's easy to go and throw them into the traps. So there's money and health. So we have 70 health. Let's get some more health. At least like 100 or so. We'll make it a bit easier. Oh, I can't hit it. And there you go.
That's better.
Another key. It's keys galore. And kind of insta-killed them.
Suffer in darkness. This can unlock a weapon back at home.
So we already have enough for the spear. Also the normal attack does a lot of damage. Especially when you go with high speed. When you do a dash attack.
And guys next.
And the amount of jumps can be upgraded later on. So Poseidon mostly has knockback attacks on all his attacks. And like every god has its own speciality. Did we have like, yeah, a shop. Hell yeah. Danger of Erebus. 29 darkness. Direct convergence. And more darkness. So even without the special you still do a stupid amount of damage.
For the mirror.
Oh, that's way better. So we don't have enough money for the shop. But this will give us most likely a deflect.
A welcome sight.
You bet me just the original itself. My own shield was forged much later in its image. You'll have to tell me someday how you found it.
So that's a special that can deflect. But I'd rather not change that. So reduce damage from traps. Or Death Defiance make you impervious longer. Oh, that sucks. So I don't want to lose the other one. Even if this is deflect. Rather have it on the dash. And effect duration, I don't think that's yet useful, and we don't have Death Defiance yet. So that's like completely useless.
The strength of the goddess. There we go.
And that's just a heal. So normal Poseidon or Poseidon and Yeah, actually, let's get this one. Even if this might kill you. Or that might kill me. I should say. No, let's get her first. And it almost gave me the same thing. 2 death defiance that I can't use. Well, this is useless.
The shield of light.
How bold of you to throw your lot in with my relatives instead of me, given the choice there, little Hades. But don't you ever bet against this horse.
So now Poseidon is pissed.
I'm sorry, Uncle.
Oh, it just makes an enemy really quick. Guessing it's a random enemy that goes really fast. That works. Trap killing. That wasn't too horrible. That's actually the easier ones compared to some of these.
A show of strength like that deserves a commendation, I should think. Although for next time, know my favor's not a thing to trifle with.
So flat shot. So that's for the cast. So that's 60 damage. Your knock away effects make foes ruptured, and that might be insanely powerful now. Because that's on the special. Oh, we have an increased amount of... well, that's a 50%. Let's get this one, more damage on the special. So that's Ares. And the and the mid boss. So now they're ruptured. For a certain amount of time. I think it's whenever I hit them. Yeah, when I hit them with the special, they get ruptured.
That's what you get.
So when they move, they get a lot of damage.
You have the Shield of Chaos, Aegis. Quite unlike the one my good sister Athena likes to flash around. You have much better taste.
So, attack inflicts doom. Attack and cast deal more damage. And after you take damage, it inflicts doom. And the doom is 114 damage. So, I'm gonna get the 114.
Keep fighting.
That is still insanely powerful. So, let's get more darkness. Looks like they get damaged and they get knocked back as well. Because it's ruptured. Where's that mine layer? There he is. So that's 22. So I have Ambrosia and Darkness. Let's get an Ambrosia. I need more of those artifacts or keepsakes. So I'm guessing Rupture is really useful against fast enemies. Probably Mag that keeps running after you will take stupid damage. There you go.
So much for them.
Well,
And now.
I need take this one. Always take that one. It normally is the way better option. So we get Dread Flight. Your special can strike up to 8 foes while before returning. Then we have the Bull Strike, or the special that deals 50 damage when he gets the shield. But let's get the special that makes it hit 8 foes before returning.
Need all the firepower I can get.
So let's get a key to lock more stuff. Oh, it's a surviving one.
Do not presume that you escape my notice.
Now I can hit a lot of enemies after each other. That hurts. Now the shield keeps jumping.
Useless.
Now to collect.
So another key. And a shop. So another Tins of Erebus for 16 darkness. Don't really need that. So that's not the shop, the normal shop with Charon. So I can only get one of these. I can get that one and this one. Actually, let's just get Hermes. So not a boom.
Why, hello, Coz. Odd that we're running into one another here. Among the wares of my professional associate, I mean. Must be some sort of clerical mistake.
So drift dash. After you dash, gain 100% movement speed for 0.6 seconds. Another dash or special is faster. But that's 12%. Let's get the dash.
Hermes, send me on.
Let's talk to this one.
Charon, mate, I don't suppose you've given any further thought to my proposal to just, you know, ferry me up to the surface, seeing as it's not out of your way. I'll take that as a no.
So I only have one of these. I could give one to Charon. Well, let's save that for someone else.
Can't get rid of me, Meg.
Well, Zach, any last requests this time before I send you home?
Let's see, how about a swift and painful death? Would that be possible?
Be cheeky all you like. You'll get exactly what you asked, and nothing more.
Oh, here's Meg.
Taste of this.
I should probably try to dodge her. Yeah, the drop shot is really effective against her. Also, the shield destroys her projectiles when it hits it. another reason to use it. So it became impervious for a few seconds. You can also do this and just defend. That's actually a better idea to do. Probably dodging would be a good idea. There she is. Shields. And there she goes.
Yes.
So this gives you 33 darkness. So you always get darkness from it. Later on they will switch out with the different
Go on and try.
That's a relief.
all the other Furies would actually get switched out with mag later on. But that's way later. So we now got level 2. So that's 40 health, and after 46 encounters it will go to level 3. Well, that takes a while.
I'll just go on up.
Well, we're on to Asphodel again.